Hello guys, welcome to Cars at 100, and today, as you can see, we are at XS Leasing Company located in Brooklyn, New York. I'm gonna put all the information in the description box. We have a very interesting car. This is a small SUV by Acura. This is Acura RDX 2018 model of the car. We're gonna check out what this car has to offer under $42,000 loaded. So let's check it out. Let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead. So as you can see here, right away I see this huge grille in front of me. This is a beak, like a bird style beak that they have integrated with Acura for many years now. Is kind of grew on me in couple of years. I wasn't really sure about it, but now it's really good, really niche type of grille, and this is what they're going for, and that's really good looking. Also, these lights, full LED lights, really good, really sexy looking lights as well. Even though you don't have fog lights here, it is a really good lights and really good front of this vehicle. So in terms of the wheels, I wish they were a little bit bigger. Me personally think that I think this car needs a little bit bigger wheels, but if you're gonna take this car off-road, it is perfect for this car. I like the sharp lines on the vehicle. Really good looking car, really good sculpted. I am a fan, I'm a huge fan of the lines and how sharp they look, and I think this car does a very good job of showing that, because after all, this is a Japanese brand, and I think it is a very good quality in terms of design as well. I like the rear lights as well, really good quality on the lights. You have a semi-LED, semi-regular type of lights in this car, but still it looks very sexy. I like this silver material, chrome type of material here. Acura badge, of course. Overall, it is a very good looking vehicle, and I think a very good competitor in this very competitive market of small SUVs. Okay, so in order to enter this vehicle, you have your key fob in your pocket, and this car has keyless entry, keyless go, so you can lock the car by pressing this rubbery button here on the door handle, and unlocking by having a sensor on the back of the handle and unlocking the door like that. And as you can see here, it is a very interesting design on this car. It is a small SUV by Acura, but it's a very good looking type of materials everywhere. This is soft touch material, leather, and you have door handles here. You have two memory seats that you can set up for two different drivers here. You have an automatic up and down for the passenger and the driver in front, not in the back. So you have a lock of the doors, obviously, and you have you can basically manipulate the outside mirrors as well here. You have a very good speaker housing here. You have pockets here. You know, I wish there were a little bit bigger pockets for this type of vehicle, but you still have a very good bottle holder here as well. And overall, a very good quality on door cards. So let's talk about these seats. These seats are very comfortable. There is a drive review that is coming up soon for this car, so stay tuned for that. But overall, the quality on these seats is really good. You have a very good bolstering on the upper section of the seats, not so much on the lower section, but it is understandable because this is not a sporty vehicle. This is an SUV for small families, and it does a very good job at that. You have a perforated seats here, top and on the bottom, for very good ventilation in summer and in the winter as well. You have a power adjustment on these seats, really comfortable, lumbar automatic lumbar adjustment as well. You have door seals here that are pretty good quality by Acura. Feels really good. So overall, let's not waste any more time and let's see how this car feels inside. And as you can see, it's a small SUV by Acura, but still this car feels really roomy inside. I can imagine that this car will be driven daily by many people, and I think it's a very good place to be here inside. I can say that the quality of the materials and the leather and everything, the appointments on this car and the buttons, everything feels that this is not a cheap car. Even though it comes fully loaded like this car is here, it's under $42,000, but base car, this car, you can get under $40,000, and the buttons and the quality of the materials will not differ that much. So overall, I think the quality of the Acura cars in general, I think is really good, and I think this car does a very good job of showing that as well. It is very important to feel what you drive overall every day, and I'm a very big fan of some very good feeling steering wheels, and this car has a very good leather appointed steering wheel, very good comfortable laid out buttons on the steering wheel that are gonna be really good and comfortable to access. You have a Bluetooth phone connectivity buttons here, you have a volume controls here, you have a cruise control on this car, which is really good. You have also kind of a paddle shifter, kind of a performance feel to this car that this car provides to you by putting the gear all the way into the sport mode of this car, and the throttle mapping of this car will be much more sensitive, and this car will feel much better in terms of the acceleration, as well as the gears will hold as well for you. You have a automatic trunk release here, you have a traction off button here, very good quality on these vents as well. I like this silvery type of material theme going out throughout in this vehicle, and really good. It matches the outside of this car very well. You have a very interesting looking type of screen here in front of you in the middle, and speaking of that, let's start this car and see how this car feels. Also, if you can see, we have a red button here for the start stop. Kind of reminds you of what this car's Big Daddy Acura NSX would have inside, so that's pretty cool as well. So let's start the car. And as you can see, car roars to life. I'm a very big fan of this Acura tachometer and speedometer that is in front of me here. I really like how they are laid out. The dials you can see very well, very comfortably, and you have a middle screen there that I wish was a little bit bigger. I think it's not that big compared to other vehicles in the segment, but that could be the only downfall of this speedometer in front of me. And car feels really good. I would say that if I didn't have sportier vehicle and I had a family, I would consider to get this type of car, just to have it as a second vehicle, perhaps for my wife if she needs to travel with kids, or you know, or just myself who lives in the suburbs. It's a very good vehicle. Even in the city, there is a huge trend for these vehicles, and the popularity is growing for the small utility vehicles like this one. Overall, really good quality everywhere. And visibility, speaking of visibility in this car, I would say it's a really good in terms of visibility. This car doesn't let you down. You have also sunroof here, And you have also very good type of material on the upper section of the interior. And even though I'm not a huge fan of the two different colors of the interior, I think the quality is really good here. I just wish it was maybe a darker color, just like the interior. But the reason for that, many car companies include this difference in the color, is because for people to feel less claustrophobic inside this car, inside the type of a box, even though it's a beautiful box. Okay guys, as you can see right now, I'm sitting in the driver's seat of this Acura RDX. This is a 2018 model of the car, and it is a very good and comfortable way to sit behind the wheel of a car. I'll tell you that right away. And everything is accessible, everything is comfortable. You have quality materials overall. You have a very good sound system by Acura. This is Panasonic ELS system, sound system. That is really good, really powerful for those who want to put some tunes on. You have a very good transmission in this car. It is automatic transmission, it is not CVT. You also have a dual climate controls in this car. You have a very good quality overall in terms of the materials. Like I mentioned before, also you have a navigation system here. For the car that is under $42,000, I think it is a really good bargain compared to what it is on the market as well. The quality that Acura gives to their customers is really, really good. Very, very good also in terms of not just having a luxury in a car. This car is very good in terms of the performance, which I'm going to talk about later in the video. This car has 279 horsepower engine in a car, so you can imagine that this car is not a slouch as well, and it has the features of a very good car overall. And I think it's a very good and competitive car by Acura. So overall, I like it. Okay guys, let's check out what's under the hood of this Acura. And as you can see here, this is 3.5 liter engine that produces 279 horsepower and 252 pound-feet of torque. And I think it's a plenty of power for this small SUV, and it is a very economical as well, having 27 almost mile per gallon on the highway and 22 mile per gallon combined. Okay, let's see how big is the trunk space. You have an automatic trunk release and close in this vehicle, and as you can see here, it is a big trunk, and you can also drop down these seats, and you're gonna have a plenty of space in this car. I think it's a perfect vehicle for small families. You have also very good ELS sound system and subwoofer here in the car as well, so that's pretty cool as well. And in order to drop down these seats, very interesting, you have the latches here. By pressing this, so seats drop down. But if you don't have a seat belt that's interfering with it, it's gonna be much faster. But overall, it is a really good trunk in this car. You have a spare tire as well in this car. I think it's a really good job by Acura.